because of you, they despise me. And because they despise me, I despise you. See, this ain't your redemption story, Bianca. This is my redemption story.
I bought a real special vehicle for Roman. I got him a new SUV, I did. My favorite color, too. Blood red.
What did we eat? What was it?
Del Frisco Steakhouse, my tribal chief.
Oh, Del Frisco Steak. All right.
When you tap out, you're going to give it to me. And then you can call me your new Women's SmackDown Champion. SmackDown Women's Champion? Why do we even have to say women in any way? You can call me the SmackDown Champion.
I've never seen a dead person.
You haven't?
No, bro. Did we just find a dead person in the suicide forest hanging? Seriously, you think that's real?
About this is we're gonna be respectful.
The Wrestling Club with Darren and Brett. We've got a show that you'll never forget.
Greetings, Grapple fans, and welcome to WFMU's Wrestling Club, the only space that's safe for all wrestling fans, whether you're casual, laughs, obsessed, or ashamed. My name's Darren, maybe broadcasting from the McGinley Square section of Jersey City, New Jersey, Peacock's country, where tonight we kick off WrestleMania week with a traditional wrestling club. That's the tradition, so that's what we're doing. So it's going to be a great show. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being with us. But first, let me introduce you to my tag team partner, coming to us live via satellite from Hollywood, California, the coyote to my eagle, Brett Davis. Brett!
That is a Scott Hall reference?
Yep, that's a Scott Hall reference. And I can give you some more. I saw some video shoot interviews on YouTube.
Oh, yeah?
He had a... I think, he passed away a couple weeks ago. We didn't really get a chance to talk about it. Because I passed away for a couple weeks, but I'm back. And but Scott Hall, good wrestler, classic character, a bit of a pervert.
Well, it was the 90s.
It was
the 80s.
2018.
And it was the 2010s.
That's right. That's right. He didn't understand the DM feature on Twitter. He never mastered that. He mastered ring psychology. He mastered wrestling charisma. Never figured out how to, hit that private button or whatever. You know what I mean? I guess I didn't either. That's all right.
Yeah. I mean, what a wavering public opinion on that guy.
Yeah. I mean, DDP, maybe his rehab didn't work for his health, but it definitely worked for his public opinion, public image.
Well, this pandemic has a habit of, rearing its ugly head. And I think he had a bad year, a couple years, just like you had a bad week or couple weeks.
That's right. I started drinking again.
Darren, you were drinking wine by the bottle.
It's
like
true.
On the last episode.
Oh my God, was I? That's not good. No wonder I got sick. Yes, that's right. I got COVID. I also got the Hollywood flu from Brett. Brett came to New York for the first time in 2 years, and we all got sick.
I didn't bring the flu or the COVID with me. Never got.
I don't know that.
We wanted to do a live episode, but Darren is weak. Not like me. I'm strong.
My immune system doesn't work.
He gave it hell for a few years.
But, I did, while I was feverish in bed for 1 week, I watched 19 WrestleManias in between bouts of vomiting from both ends. And a weird thing to do in a weird way to be sick. You're just watching TV. You got WrestleMania on and, you see, Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, right? And you're kind of going in and out of consciousness there. That's nice. There's something comforting about that. Next thing you know, Howard Finkel's got hair. JTT is fighting with Bob Backlund over a chessboard. Pete Rose keeps showing up at different times. It's like Pete Rose is here, and then I fall back asleep, and I wake up, and Pete Rose is there again.
Sometimes he's a chicken.
Sometimes he's chicken. It's very weird. It's a weird thing. But
you watched 19 WrestleManias.
Yeah. I watched 3, 4, 6, through 20. So I think
Wow.
that's 19 or 17. I don't know, but I watched all of them.
When you had your OTP, your one true pairing with you.
Yeah, my girl.
Now
My sweetums.
this is a presumed first time watch of all of these.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know what she thought. We didn't talk about it that much. We did watch Rock and Hogan. We did watch that together, which we enjoyed very much. I mean, that's the best Hulk Hogan match.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's got matches in the 80s where he's like all coked out of his mind and it's weird and funny and whatever. But that match is like, it just distills everything that's good about Hulk Hogan, mixed with maybe not everything that's bad about Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
but
you could ignore the bad things.
And then the next year,
they hadn't all come to light yet. Some of them had.
People kind of probably put two and two together. And then the next year, it's Hulk and Vince. I think that was something. I think that's something Aaron, my friend, whatever,
friend.
Yeah, I think that somebody
is like on the
really
floor in the room.
Was that's fine. That's where she goes. It's part of our relationship. Love Vince. Love when Vince comes out. Everybody loves Vince at Mania. You got a lot of McMahons. That's the other thing. It was just like all these weird McMahon storylines you're going in and out of. Linda's in a wheelchair. Then Linda's, hanging out with her friend. Was she with Mick Foley? Was that her friend?
Her friend is Vince McMahon by your definition.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. That's fine. I think
this is my friend Linda.
So when we go to WrestleMania 2000, is Linda the baby face? Linda's the baby face.
Yeah. It's a McMahon in every corner. She's backing Mick Foley.
Hot.
I've relived some of these WrestleManias 2.
WrestleMania 2. That's the one. I guess I had that one on too because I saw Herb.
Mm-hmm. Herb, the Burger King spokesman. With Clara Peller, the Wendy's spokesman, right?
By far.
Herb's story was it was like a where's Herb? And he's trying to get Burger King or something. This is way before my time, so I only know of Herb because he was at a WrestleMania.
She was a wonderful lady.
But I've been reliving them because the Wrestling Club, we have a Medium page. That's articles.
I didn't authorize this.
Well, we've had it for years now. And we've got an oral history of WrestleMania all the way up to the end of the Attitude Era. Or at least that one's coming on Monday.
Right.
So if you want to hear the history, unsourced quotes, because this was my pandemic obsessive project.
Dark project.
That I then forgot about, and then I was like, "Oh, it's WrestleMania season. Let me put these online." So you could hear from the mouth of the people. Lots of Bruce Pritchard, lots of Jim Cornette, lots of Vince Russo, the worst folks.
There we go.
Jim Ross, Dave Meltzer, all the wrestlers,
all our favorites,
some of the celebrities.
My question is, this is something. So I've talked about this on the show before. I tapped out of wrestling in the Attitude Era. So watching WrestleMania 15, 16, 18, and 19. 17, I've seen a couple times, but I'd never really seen the other ones. Does your oral history, is it going to cover the WrestleMania cat fight?
It absolutely does.
Wow.
Terry was so the cat fight was the cat versus Terry.
Wait, no. This was two random ass women. And then Stacy Keibler and one of the
that's a different cat fight then. That's a pillow fight.
That's the pillow fight. These are the moments in wrestling. That's the thing about WrestleMania when you get to that era. There's like a Kurt Angle match that's kind of good, or William Regal's in the opener, and that's fun. And then it's half the show is half naked women and Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. So that was the Bud Light cat fight girls. I don't know if that's how they were introed, but that's who they were. There was a Super Bowl commercial that year, that had two women, Miller Lite catfight girls. Two women. I'm trying to find their names, but it's like I love Miller Lite's low calories. I love its great taste. Low calories, great taste. And then they fight, and then they like fight into a fountain and rip each other's clothes off, and it's just like the worst of like sexploitation of the early 2000s, with two models that lucked into a nice big paycheck. And then Vince McMahon was like, oh, well, this is great. This is good shit. Yeah. I think it's Tanya and Katina. I found this is the only source I could find was a Miller Lite catfight girls signed baseball. The Tanya's who wrote her catchphrase "Great Taste," and Katina who wrote her catchphrase "Less filling" on this baseball.
Wow.
And Katina was one of the HLA girls prior to that.
What's HLA?
Hot lesbian action. Jesus. Okay, all right. Good. When Eric Bischoff or when Vince McMahon booked his daughter to get molested by lesbians. And that's how when they came out and their graphic was lesbians.
Okay.
And I don't think they were lesbians in real life.
I'm fine with that. I like it. I support the lesbian community.
I do too. I just don't think that was the lesbian community.
Well, I don't know what it was like back then, but I'll tell you this, and what's up with all this Limp Bizkit too? I mean, there's like a full Limp Bizkit concert at WrestleMania 19. I never knew that. Like, I knew they did Undertaker's theme song, Fat Undertaker, who used to be the worst version of Undertaker, but then the last couple of years happened. Mm-hmm. Well, they did their, no.
Tom Sharpling always plays the intro to that, where it's Tony Chimmel going, "Introducing the WWE's favorite band in the whole world."
They play their song. It's an unreleased song called "Crack Addict." Do you remember how it goes?
Ready. I'm a crack addict. I'm addicted to cracking skulls when punks start static. No audio. You got audio?
Yeah, I'm a crack addict. I'm a crack addict. I'm a crack addict. Cracking punks who give me static.
God.
Over and over.
The song is about coming back and being gone for a while and feeling personally that a lot of music that has been inspired by Limp Bizkit has ruined the music. Being a crack addict, meaning I am a crack addict. I'm addicted to cracking skulls when punks start static.
I had a little Fred Durst does a show, a jazz night down Hollywood Boulevard. And
wait, what?
Fred Durst hosts a jazz night down on Hollywood Boulevard.
He's different now, right? He's like kind of like more.
Well, he's like a little self-aware and stuff, and like he dresses a certain way that he looks like an old like hipster dad.
You can learn.
It's like he's having fun.
Learn that. You can learn self-awareness.
And then he puts out this song, and it's just so bad. It's like, oh yeah, the reason we know you is because your music is so bad.
Damn, this dad like a river. Flow so cold, need ice to deliver. Drop so hard like a rock. Dad don't stop. So damn clean, he a mop. Can't live with him, can't live without him. New kid back on the block with a rip. Dad got the fag in the back with the drip. Come and get a sip. La-di-da.
Very bad, very bad. Were you excited for the Limp Bizkit concert in 2003, or were you out of wrestling?
No, because it was 2003.
Oh, that's right.
If it were 1999, 98,
that would have been cool. That would have been good. Who'd they have playing in 98? And I forget. I guess they had the DX
we
band.
Had
right?
the DX band. 99 we had Boys to Men. And today is the anniversary of the WrestleMania Rage Party, where Shane McMahon was coked out of his mind.
Shane is coked out of his mind.
Oh.
Can't believe those thoroughbred
Shane
guys and those bodacious set of tatas. Let's kick it one. Billy, yeah!
stop moving.
Oh, yeah.
I've not seen him stand still.
Let's take a look at WrestleMania Sunday Night Heat 1999. This clip starts out with Ivory in the most unique wrestling attire I've maybe ever seen.
Mr. McMahon may worry about an angry giant. He may worry about an out-of-control Big Show. Terry, that's an aromatic cigar you're enjoying here.
I will, there's no problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our special guest here this evening from Greenwich, Connecticut, Rodney, Billy P, Willie Green, Sohowitz, and Pete Gas, the Mean Street Pussy.
Well, Kevin, I guess it pays to know one of the co-owners of the WWF, Shane McMahon's buddies, are in the front row here for WrestleMania.
The WWF Rewind, brought to you by Bop It from Parker Brothers. Once you get your hands on Bop It, you're not going to want to stop it.
The Mean Street Posse, Shane McMahon's buddies. Yeah,
And I'll tell you one more thing, Shane. Tonight, your ass is grass, and I'm gonna smoke it.
DX, ready to rock and roll at WrestleMania.
He's never without his overstuffed beef ravioli and his call. Beefy! Unmistakable.
Big Show Paul White is manning the door, awaiting the presence of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Lucas will have a word with the WWF champion. The Rock will join us next. Sunday Night Heat counts down to WrestleMania. It's the return of the Legion of Doom. OLD is here. No, that's LOD. LOD is here. One of the greatest tag teams in history, unified by Paul Ellering once again.
You're up, Gilbert.
What? And the man they call Gilbert. Folks, when we come back on Sunday Night Heat, a battle royal, the two last men standing to be Jarrett and Owen at WrestleMania. On hand, Public Enemy, the final team to be announced, the Invitational Battle Royal. The two survivors will take on Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart for the tag team gold at WrestleMania later tonight. And here we go. Look at this. And Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart have joined us for commentary here at ringside. They're ganging up on Public Enemy, every man in the ring.
I hope they all beat the hell of each other, fatigue each other, and me and Jeff will have a cakewalk.
And just think of the scenarios, folks, for WrestleMania on pay-per-view just minutes away. Matt Hardy's been eliminated. Oh, look out! Jeff eliminated right out in front of us. And Bradshaw.
Blackburn is hanging on. Steve Blackburn.
Blackman.
His feet touch the ground. He's out.
Oh, my. The bloodbath from the Brood.
I want to know, do these stripes on this referee shirt make me look somewhat slimmer? Get out my face, you damn goof. Huh? I said squares are down.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
How much Owen Hart did we get on commentary? You know, I think I heard him do commentary once. I did not know he did. Was he always the commentator on Sunday Night Heat?
No, he was. Well, so that was a tag team battle royal. Some singles wrestlers, some tag teams. The last two would be the tag team, which is why we had the illustrious match of Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett versus D'Lo Brown and Test.
It sucks
because Mark Henry got injured.
That show is bad. That's a bad WrestleMania.
Yeah, you can find out all about it at Wrestling Club on Medium.
Wow.
Check it out. Oral history.
Wow.
If you want to know how Mark Henry got injured. Yeah, there's a lot there. And then also you've seen the dark side of the ring about the brawl for all. The story was that Bart Gunn had won this tournament in 1998. It was a shoot fight tournament where
great idea,
where everybody got really hurt. Bart Gunn was like unknown tough guy in the locker room.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn was like, better watch out. Bart Gunn's going to win it. Jim Ross is like, no, this is for Dr. Death. Dr. Death's going to win. He's the toughest man alive.
Yeah.
Of course,
immediately.
They have Dan Severn and like Steve Blackman and Ken Shamrock on the roster, but like they're not allowed to do it.
They're not. No.
And Bart Gunn wins the thing. Jim Ross is pissed. And then I guess his punishment for being a good real fighter was that he fought Butterbean at WrestleMania 15. Did you
a real boxer?
Match? Real boxer, tough man champion, big fat weird looking guy, but real strong. Did you watch this match? This fight?
I slept through this one. I did not see it. I have seen it before though.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So Bart Gunn gets knocked out early in the second round. It's real embarrassing. According to eyewitness accounts, there was just a hush in the locker room as he was dragged to the back.
My God, it's so bad.
His run was immediately cut short. Although because he beat Steve Williams, he had a nice little run in All Japan from that notoriety.
It was like post Baba All Japan though, so things
Yeah.
were going good there.
Well, Makoto Baba was there.
Oh, good. What do they call her? Dragon Lady.
Yeah, very mean. That's a cool name. That was just cool. But so they had this show. They replayed this clip over and over again for years. So delighted that Bart Gunn got knocked out by Butterbean, which is just WWF crazy mentality. And they even did a post-match interview after WrestleMania 15 on the Home Shopping Network as they were selling sable Beanie Babies with hands over the breasts and DX jerseys and stuff like that.
For the kids.
So, for the kids. So here's a clip of the Home Shopping Network, and let me know if you've ever seen Dr. Death Steve Williams as happy as you've seen him here.
Oh no.
Well, I'll tell you what, Doc, from a personal standpoint, I can't tell everybody how great it was to be back working, doing what I do. I can't put it into words how great it was and what in the WrestleMania it was. And Doc, what did you think about Bart Gunn and his performance in the Brawl for All?
JR, that wasn't a lucky punch, and Bart deserved what he got.
What do you think may be a little precursor when he gets in the ring with you?
Well, I'll tell you what, JR, all I gotta say is people keep watching because the doctor hasn't finished his job yet.
No doubt about that. Folks, I'll tell you what, I've been involved in a lot of dramatic...
He's in like a Hawaiian shirt. He's
got that hair. He's got this 1970s hair.
Yeah.
Dr. Death, somebody, I love Dr. Death and Terry Gordy. I love big meaty tag teams. Dr. Death does not fit in 1999. Like, is there any wrestler that fits in less? Like, did you see those? It was making the rounds on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. Wrestlers from the old era, like coming down and on like SmackDown, like Greg Valentine getting like a Titantron entrance.
Yeah.
I feel like Dr. Death in 1999 is a little bit has that kind of energy.
Yeah. I remember Coco Beware being on Sunday Night Heat. Who were some of the other ones?
Vader.
Yeah, Vader.
Maybe Bushwhackers. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Speaking of old wrestlers, and I assure you there is a WrestleMania preview coming, but we have bigger fish to fry. Sure, Triple H retired this week, but that's not our top story. The Hardys are in AEW. It's not our top story. The Owen Hart Cup is starting with a mystery entrant. That's not our top story. Darren, did you know that J.J. Dillon's real name is Jim Morrison?
Yeah, man.
J.J. Dillon, and I want to thank. I'll pull this up in a second, but someone on Twitter alerted us to the existence of this clip, saying, "How did Wrestling Club not talk about this yet? We just didn't know.
We did not know."
Yeah, Craig.
We don't view this show that they were on.
Craig Groff Folsom, thank you so much for sending this our way. So J.J. Dillon and Kevin Sullivan had an issue, and where better to settle it than on the show Judge Steve Harvey.
I cannot believe that Judge Steve Harvey is not an SNL skit.
I think
sounds like a bad episode of the special.
Yeah. And they just were like, hey, let's make this real. And they got these two guys. I don't think they ever addressed them as being pro wrestlers.
No, they did.
Wrestlers. Okay.
They did. No, at one point, J.J. Dillon, Jim Morrison tells Steve Harvey, we were involved in pro wrestling, and Steve Harvey's like, oh my God, I have such respect for pro wrestling.
I didn't watch this clip. I saved it for the show.
Okay, then let's put it on then, because
Okay.
I did see a snippet of it, but I haven't seen it all. So
Okay, let's jump into this clip from Judge Steve Harvey, if that's what it's called.
This is the case of Jim Morrison versus Kevin Sullivan. Jim is suing his friend of 40 years for $7,500 for money he loaned Kevin to buy a boat. Kevin says they never agreed on a due date.
All right, let's start with you, Jim. You have 30 seconds to state your case.
I lent $7,500 to a friend that I'd known for a long time, and he was going to use it, my understanding was, to buy a boat, and that he indicated he was going to pay me as soon as he could. As soon as he couldn't possibly be 5 years later, because that's how long it's been. That's why I'm here.
Wow. Well, Kevin, it's your turn now. You got 30 seconds to respond.
Well, I'm not denying that he lent me $7,500. I said, how can I pay you? He said, whenever. The dictionary says whenever means no specific amount of time.
I can't see that clip if he had a full dictionary with him, but I wouldn't put it past him. This man,
my question is,
a Satan worshiper.
It was right. Did they bring up, the conspiracy theory that, Kevin Sullivan's done a lot of bad things in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Devil worshiping, tried to kill Hulk Hogan.
He imbued Dusty Rhodes' soul into somebody.
I didn't see, and he's just there. Is this a real court?
I don't think that Judge Steve Harvey is an accredited judge.
Can anyone get it?
Been to law school.
It's like you can go on, like you can go on the internet and become a minister, right? Can you do that to become a judge?
I am an accredited minister.
Oh, that's right, Reverend Davis. Is that what Slick did?
Well, Slick, I think, really went the full route. I think he's still a minister.
I hope they bring him. I always like seeing. I feel like we get Slick on WWE television every couple of years, which is
it's overdue.
Oh, absolutely overdue.
In your rewatch, you didn't get to the WrestleManias where it's just Slick dancing with Ricky Steamboat, and then Dusty Rhodes comes in with Mae Young, and then
we got Mae Young
does a dance, and
Mae
then
Young.
Ron Simmons comes in and goes, "Damn!" And they did that every year for years.
It's so bad. Those shows are so bad. Oh,
IRS playing air guitar on his briefcase.
Oh yeah, that classic character. I will say I did see a little more of that clip than we had.
Well, let's jump
back. Do we have more? Do we have more? Let's get back into it, because I want to know how this turns out.
Jim, how long have y'all known each other, and how did y'all meet?
Wow, 40 plus years. Yeah, long time. Kevin is, both of us are in the world of professional wrestling. I'm better known as James J. Dillon, or J.J. Dillon of the Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen.
Sir, I want to welcome both of y'all to my court. I have been a wrestling fan since I was a little boy. Bobo Brazil, Ernie Ladd, the Iron Sheik.
You're dating yourself now, brother.
Man, I'm old, man. Oh, I've loved wrestling all the way through. So welcome. Thank you, man. Appreciate the entertainment. And who did you go by?
I went as the Taskmaster. I was trying to get rid of Hulk Hogan for 4 years.
You were the Taskmaster?
I was the Taskmaster. I did any job necessary except Windows.
See, that's when Hulk first came out.
Yep.
Man, I'm excited. Welcome to court.
That's his picture when he had hair.
That's all I have of the.
We don't know.
Check out Judge Steve Harvey. Can't spoil it.
Next week, we'll come back with the verdict.
Yeah. Stay tuned to Wrestling Club. We'll talk about the verdict, and then we'll review WrestleMania.
We talk wrestling, but we also do court reporting.
Yeah. So it is WrestleMania week. It's upon us.
Does not feel like it at all.
Yeah.
Usually it's WrestleMania week. We're getting excited. We know Raw's coming up. We know we got the granddaddy of them all at the end of the week. We got NXT, we got Hall of Fame, we got Triple H and Stephanie introducing us to Access. This year, none of it. It doesn't exist.
Well, I mean, the last in-person full-scale WrestleMania we had a lot of juice going into it. And then AEW's kind of eclipsed them. And then the previous WrestleManias at least we had Bianca and Sasha, which was great. And then we just had the whole mystery of WWE kind of thinking on their feet. We had a WrestleMania in a gymnasium.
Yeah.
With no fans.
Yeah.
And boneyard matches and little art films with John Cena and Bray Wyatt. And then, we had our cardboard arena that got rained on for a half hour. Samoa Joe's in he's got plastic wrapped around his head. Is a really interesting WrestleManias. This one doesn't seem that interesting.
No, I think and I've defended the 2-day WrestleMania, at least as an experiment. I've defended the 2-day Wrestle Kingdom as well. This should not be 2 days. This is like such a mistake. Just do the 7-hour show. Who gives a shit? It's WrestleMania.
Or do a 4-hour show and have your 2 battle royals that you already have you're having on SmackDown.
Andre the Giant was was very important to the history of SmackDown.
Yeah. Just like, why bother when you got all of these stupid matches? Darren, I don't know how closely you followed the WWE product this month.
Oh, real close. I'll tell you. I know a couple of them. I think I know most of them.
Yeah.
I think I feel like there's actually some buzz for Mania, but it doesn't feel like Mania buzz. It's just WWE has had no buzz, and now it has a little bit of a buzz because Steve Austin, maybe Cody's going to come in. Brock and Roman. I think Brock and Roman have a little bit of steam just because Brock is this weird baby face now.
Well, let's talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin, because we haven't really talked about this on the show. Kevin Owens has been doing great Kevin Owens stuff, leading up to what has been vaguely implied. They've announced it as an episode of the KO show, but they're cagey with what it is. They're like,
I don't think
it could
they
be
know.
a match. It could be a match. It could be a fight. It could be a talk show. We haven't seen any Austin. We've seen Austin's music hit. KO comes out with a bald cap.
So original.
Yeah.
It's surprised they could have had a little person come out as Stone Cold too. That would have been even better.
I mean, it's Kevin Owens, so it's good.
Kevin Owens is good, but there's no it's just such a tired WrestleMania trope. Who else is? I feel like there's been so many people that have done the exact same angle.
Yeah, The Miz came out as The Rock that time.
Punk was doing it with Undertaker a little bit. This reminds me of Punk and Undertaker.
Yeah, they
had
it's like one guy, Paul Bearer. That was good.
Yeah, actually, is they look alike.
Yeah,
but like, I feel like this is similar to that, where it's like a guy who's great, Kevin Owens, who has to carry a program with a legend that can't wrestle,
and isn't there,
who's not there, which is kind of what they're doing with Cody and Seth too.
Yeah, so they've teased that something might happen on Monday, but it's like Seth Rollins is like taking over the show. He wants a WrestleMania match.
You see what it's going to be? It's going to be Vince is going to confront Seth Rollins.
Okay,
so we got to see Vince again. He's going to have his egg. I thought Vince was wrestling Pat McAfee.
No, Pat McAfee is wrestling Austin Theory.
He's a McMahon, right? He's a McMahon.
He's a McMahon in the Hornswoggle way.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this lineup. Saturday night, and I should say what we'll probably be doing. I'll always do it. Some post-show stuff.
Not Saturday because I have my radio show.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll do
maybe
it.
maybe Sunday. Why don't we just do one? Why don't we just do one on Sunday? We'll do the whole thing on Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. So, and we'll have special guests on that. Stay tuned to our social media, wrestling_club_ on Twitter, Wrestling Club WFMU on Instagram. We know Colette's going to be part of it. Some other people. So, yeah, WrestleMania 38 Saturday. We got Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair for the Raw Championship.
I just blanked out when you were talking.
Becky had a good promo on Monday.
Okay, so I don't watch WWE at all, really, and I finally saw Becky and her new gimmick, and it's so bad. I don't care about this match. I'm sorry.
It seems like there was something. She went from Stone Cold Steve Austin to Stunning Steve Austin.
No, she went from Stone Cold Steve Austin to Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
It's just I'm gonna wear stupid clothes, and I'm a heel because I wear stupid clothes, and I'm gonna be annoying because I'm a heel, and it's not very inspired.
We have Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul.
Okay, they're gonna say The Miz and Maurice, which would be great.
Oh, that would be better.
Like a Family Feud match.
Yeah, that would be much better.
Just so good.
This I have actually actively avoided. I can't. Logan Paul there's nothing there for me.
And I don't think he's gonna draw anything either. Like, he was a freak show boxer. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's big to somebody, but to me, it's just
he's big to the worst
people.
Late. Yeah, 5 years too late. It's like I see the thrill of wanting to see him get his face punched in. I don't see the thrill of him being a competent pro wrestler.
But Ray and Dominic are not the people to do that. Like, okay, if it was going to be Brock Lesnar versus Logan Paul, I'd be into that. You know what I mean? Like,
this is our second Logan Paul WrestleMania.
Really?
He was part of the Sammy Kevin Owens stuff. I forget what it was.
Oh my God. Oh, no, I don't care.
We have Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin.
That's fine.
This is some feuds last a month, some feuds last a decade, and that's this feud.
God,
it must continue. Drew McIntyre's been
adequate. Talk about somebody who did not catch on.
They had a little video package, and they did recap the sad Corbin.
I like
that. That was great. They even included the part where he's like, oh yeah, my stain. I broke a can on the sidewalk and it got all over me.
I miss sad Corbin. Maybe this will lead to maybe Corbin will be sad. What other emotions can we get from? We've got sad Corbin.
There's Corbin. A little tension between Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. Moss keeps making jokes that Corbin doesn't like.
I see. So maybe we'll get pensive Corbin.
Pensive Corbin.
Withdrawn Corbin. Yeah.
We got the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs, Darren's favorite wrestler.
God, they're still doing that.
They are still fully in it.
God. Well, I mean, I hope Shinsuke has fun surfing or smoking cigarettes, whatever he's into.
I'd like to think WrestleMania does do this thing where they're like, whatever we've done all year, we should have some representation of that at WrestleMania. And I think this should be the end of Rick Boogs and Nakamura.
Yeah, Rick Boogs is going to turn on him and beat him.
Beat Nakamura? Join the Usos?
Yeah, why not?
He comes out with the bloodline.
Yeah, I like that more. He can play him to the ring.
And then we got Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I saw Ronda Rousey called it the Women's SmackDown. Why do we even call it that?
That's cool. I like that Charlotte's a little bit of a loose cannon. Like she don't give a fuck.
Does she? It
Yes.
seems like Charlotte gives a lot of a fuck.
Yeah, but she'll do bad things. She'll go against the script.
I guess so. I don't know.
I mean, that's the match to do. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, people used to say it should be Ronda and Becky, but absolutely not this Becky.
Not this Becky.
But Charlotte and Ronda, that's fine. I mean, Ronda's weird.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think she's. I think they're going to the well once too often with her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. She's not a very good wrestler.
Well, we'll see. She hasn't really wrestled a ton. Well, she knows she's had a few
She
matches.
wrestled Triple H.
But this run. Then we've got WrestleMania 38 Sunday. This match is just like slap my head, throw my hands up in the air, lay down, frustrating. They've got Queen Zelina and Carmella, who hate each other. And Darren, if you haven't watched WWE TV, you have missed the Corey Graves Carmella relationship coming.
Oh, I saw they have a reality show.
They have a reality show, and they're promoting it with people are talking about how Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara are an annoying couple on AEW, but they got nothing on Corey and Carmella. But yeah, Carmella and Zelina hate each other. Sasha Banks and Naomi, which is like, oh, Naomi's the best, but she's been buried for a decade. Sasha Banks was a WrestleMania main eventer, and now she's one of 8 in a throwaway tag team match. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
What? They're a team?
They're a team.
Sure.
They're the only one that like kind of works.
Hmm.
And then Natalia and Shayna Baszler.
I'm into that team. I'm into it.
Weren't there all like new teams a year ago? Natalia and Tamina. What happened to them?
Yeah, what did happen to them? Tamina was the big breakout star last year.
Well, now she's making out with Akira Tozawa.
Is that what they do?
Yeah,
that's hot.
Yeah, there's a lot of kissing on WWE TV, especially on NXT.
Ew. Oh, that's right. Didn't they have a makeout party or something?
Yeah. Johnny Knoxville against Sami Zayn.
I'm interested. I like this match.
I like it too.
One I'm into. Sami Zayn has been great on Twitter. He's been down in Knoxville, Tennessee, just harassing locals. I think it's great. I'm excited for it. I think we're going to get the Jackass people running in. It's Sami Zayn, so it'll be well executed.
Yeah, it's maybe a bad idea, but the participants make it better.
I mean, of the celebrity involvement this year, this is definitely the one I'm interested in.
I love Johnny Knoxville. I don't even like Jackass that much, but I like Johnny Knoxville. He seems like a nice, cool guy.
I saw him at a Yeah Yeah Yes concert once at Maxwell's.
Cool. That's cool.
That's cool.
And he's like going on talk shows and he's like talking about WrestleMania and he's like having fun with it. He's doing like Kaufman-esque stuff. So yeah. We got Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. We know Darren loves Pat McAfee.
Yeah. Should we stand up for the rest of the wrestling?
Well, I'm wearing my shorts.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah. I'll do my Pat McAfee portion of the show.
Where's your toys? Jeez, Brett, those shorts are short.
Well,
I've never seen you wear shorts. Those are that's underwear. All right, Brett's in his underwear.
So yeah. We got no, I'm too far from my notes. RK Bro and the Street Profits and Alpha Academy.
No, you don't have the Pat McAfee right. You gotta like.
Well, I gotta like lean to get.
You got an energy drink.
I have a Coca-Cola.
No, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, maybe put some protein powder in there.
Another thing you might have missed is Alpha Academy's all over Raw.
I have seen that they've been all over because they're wrestling RK Bro, right?
It's like I'm happy they figured out Chad Gable's great and Otis is underutilized, but like already going overboard. He's got his catchphrase is "shoosh," just like
Gable's somebody who has unlimited potential, but unfortunately, what's he like 37?
Yeah.
Let me tell
He
you,
doesn't look it, though.
37. Some of us do.
RK Bros and people seem to like him, but it's just like it's Matt Riddle. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, Randy Orton's anytime I see RK Bro, I'm just like, why'd Randy grow that thing on his face?
Edge against AJ Styles.
Oh, Edge has got that new theme song, Alter Bridge.
Yeah, you love Alter Bridge.
I do. Yeah, it's the best parts of Creed without the worst parts of Creed, I guess. No, it's still Christian, right?
This is one of those WrestleMania matches that's just like, it's like the Undertaker versus Triple H, WrestleMania 17, where it's like, yeah, there's not a great story behind it.
I think,
it's
also
two big names.
I think of it as Angle and Michaels, like two great workers are going to go and have a great match, or Edge and Orton. I mean, that's basically what Edge's matches are now at WrestleMania. Yeah. He's just I'm going to have a great match and it's going to be fine.
He's healed now. He's cutting promos. I saw Beth Phoenix tweet, "This isn't Hugh."
I like that. I love Beth and Edge. They're a great couple to me.
Elsewhere,
AJ's a babyface.
Yeah. Well, he was teaming with Omos and
as a heel.
Yeah, but Omos is now his own thing. I guess I don't know if he's a babyface or a heel. It's undefined. Nobody seems to care.
I can't imagine why.
But the two proposed plans that are still up in the air as of this weekend, according to Dave Meltzer, are either Omos is going to wrestle Bobby Lashley, or if Lashley's not recovered from an injury in time, he's going to get squashed by Olympian Gable Steveson.
Wow, that'd be interesting. Wow, that's weird though, because Gable Steveson is like, he's not like a big guy. He's like a junior heavyweight.
Yeah, and also he's like why build Omos for a year to have him like eat shit? Like,
well, I'd be fine with it if it was like, we're bringing in this new guy who's going to be on Raw and we're pushing him, and like, that's fine. That's what wrestling is.
Mm-hmm.
But Gable's got to go back to school. Like, he's got finals coming up.
He does, yeah.
And then he's like going to the Olympics. He's like, I'm going to do the Olympics in 2024. He ain't going to be in WWE for 5 years.
WWE is not a wrestling company anymore. They've got like basketball players under contract and stuff.
So stupid.
And then the main event. Oh, and then I guess maybe Cody and Seth Rollins.
That's interesting. I don't care. Of course,
it's interesting.
Yeah,
super interesting.
Hey,
it's the most interesting wrestling story of like since AEW started. Yeah.
And it's so funny because Cody's so polarizing for good reason. He's a huge dork, makes terrible decisions, but you know what? Cody's someone who takes risks. Like, that's what he's known for, and that's great. Boy, what are they gonna do to him? Where is there? Who are wrestlers that have gone away and come back? Like
Hogan.
Yeah, but that's different. Hogan is not Cody. Who's a mid-carder that went away and came back?
Christian.
Okay, so Cody's going to be Christian.
Yeah. I mean, Cody is going to be Christian.
Yeah,
I think
X-Pac.
Sure. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
I can't see Cody going back there to be a mid-carder. I can't see Cody going back there to be Dolph Ziggler.
Oh my God.
What happened?
This is news.
Cody
Rhodes has signed to be both a wrestler and a producer. Oh, sorry, that's Cody Deaner signed for Impact. A producer. That's not my joke. That's a Sean Ross Sapp tweet, but
all right.
Yeah.
Cody Deaner. Okay. If it's Cody Deaner that comes out and wrestles Seth Rollins, I'm all in.
I mean, they've got their working relationship with Impact now.
I would love to see.
Moose.
I'd love to see Cody versus Cody.
Yeah, we could see Moose, who's doing a abusive husband gimmick.
Oh, great!
Because he was an abusive husband. I don't know.
Love those. Impact. You know, control your narrative. Impact. I feel like there's a lot going. A lot of crossover there.
Finally, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Winner takes all for the WWE and Universal Championships. I hope they get rid of this Universal title.
No, they're gonna name it something else. The Colossal title.
It's like it's all the multiple titles make zero sense. Two nights of WrestleMania, 2 world title. Like we're not 2 companies.
You know what? If there was like a real brand split and they're like, we're gonna have WrestleMania for one brand and WrestleMania for the other brand, you could do that, right? You could do it, you know.
But why?
It's just I don't know, because they're like, we can sell. They realized they couldn't sell 100,000 tickets in Dallas, and I think they realized that a while ago. And they were like, well, we can just have people buy tickets twice.
Yeah.
Sucks. I would not. I mean, I don't know. If this was a one-night WrestleMania, I would be considering going. I would.
Yeah.
Like for the first time in my life, I'm like financially stable enough to be like, I can go on a trip. No way would I go this year. There's nothing that interests me. And I know you were talking about there's like WrestleMania, there's like collective shows and all that. I can't even believe they're doing that because, you know, WrestleMania used to be the weekend for the hardcore fans, but I feel like the hardcore fans are serviced now by AEW, which has been, I mean, we haven't even talked about that. I mean, Revolution was a phenomenal show. MJF has been amazing. Do you see MJF's interview where he just praises Bruce Pritchard the whole time?
Yeah.
Like the best heel ever in wrestling.
He loved the makeout contest.
He loved it. Yeah, he's like, this is the best thing in wrestling.
Let's talk about NXT. Unless you have any final thoughts on Lesnar and Reigns. I don't really. This is the 3rd time we're seeing this match at WrestleMania.
I know. It's unbelievable. I don't know. It'll probably, I don't care. Yeah. It's like, what happens? Brock wins, then what? Roman wins, then what? It's just, there's nothing to it.
Well, WrestleMania Saturday is going to be a long ass day of wrestling because replacing Access is now NXT Stand and Deliver. The night before, we have the Hall of Fame, Undertaker, Queen
Which
Sharmell.
is just at SmackDown.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's just SmackDown ends and they take the ropes down and they're gonna have Mark come out and talk. I guess so stupid.
Sharmell, great performer, not a Hall of Famer.
Who cares? It's the WWE Hall of Fame.
Vader,
who else is going in? Vader? No. Yeah. Cool.
The rumor is, Vader's great. The rumor is Sid. That'll be fun.
I don't think anybody else is going in.
And then Shad Gaspard is getting the Warrior Award. Very deserved.
Yeah, definitely.
Kid from Drowning.
I mean, if Sid and Vader going together, Masters of the Powerbomb.
Right.
You know, so they should be.
You get Colonel Parker.
Was it good? Well,
you get Cheatham.
It sucks.
And then we get Stand and Deliver. We got Carmelo Hayes, Santos Escobar, Solo Sikoa, Grayson Waller, and Roderick Strong or A-Kid in a 5-way match.
Those are all wrestlers.
Well, you know some of them.
Well, few, I guess. I do not watch NXT. I am not.
I don't either.
Target demographic, which is they are missing.
It's a really rotten show. All those.
It's so hard to look at. The wrestlers are bad.
The skits are awful.
Awful.
The two like Southern guys.
They have Southern guys. That's always a bad.
I sent you a clip of something I saw out of context where it was like they were filming like a dating video. It's just like so badly edited and produced. It's like NXT used to be the best show.
Yeah. What? I mean, NXT.
Triple H's heart exploded. And then Vince McMahon said, "Why we got to do what the kids like?" And then
yeah, Triple H is unhealthy, so let's bring in Bruce Pritchard. He'll last.
Then we got Tommaso Ciampa against Tony D'Angelo. I think there's something where if like Tony loses, he's gonna be or if Tony wins, he's a made man.
Oh my god, great! If they do the whole ceremony, why not just bring in the mafia? Get a whole mafia going.
Yeah,
why not?
NXT Women's Championship, Io Shirai versus Kaylee Ray. That'll be a good match. Oh wait, versus Cora Jade. It still might be okay. Oh, versus Mandy Rose.
No idea.
Well, you know Mandy Rose.
I confuse her with other ones. She's one that's never stuck for me.
Yeah, she's it's like I love Priscilla Kelly, or whatever her name is now, Gigi Dolan. But it's like Mandy Rose has always been herself, and then the other one's pretty bad. Cora Jade seems fine. She's like a sort of like an AJ Lee kind of gimmick.
Who's the one that does the pin with the private part? Private part pin.
I saw her. I don't know her name off the top of my head.
Cool.
We've got Imperium versus MSK versus the Creed brothers for the NXT tag team titles. LA Knight versus Gunther.
Oh God,
that'll be a classic.
God, I mean,
it'll be up there. I mean, it'll be probably be the best match of the show because
Gunther will hit him hard. That's cool.
He has slimmed down considerably.
Gunther?
Yeah.
Was he was fat?
He was heavy.
I thought he looked good.
He was thick. He was a big slab of meat.
I like that. I like a thick German man.
Austrian.
Well.
And then we've got rising star Dolph Ziggler defending the NXT championship against Braun Breaker.
Remember when I feel like I used to think, Dolph Ziggler, good wrestler, not going anywhere in WWE. Send him to NXT. That could be fun. I was wrong.
Well, he's in this NXT. So he's just the same Dolph Ziggler.
I heard that they wanted to induct the Steiner brothers into the Hall of Fame, but Scott didn't want to. So then they were just going to put Rick in the Hall of Fame, which would have been really weird.
Well, do they still have a Scott Steiner photo at the arena entrance?
I have no idea.
It
would have just turned it. You know that if they put Rick Steiner in the Hall of Fame, half of that video is just going to be Chucky. It's going to be all Chucky.
Well, Chucky could induct them. They like their celebrity inductors. I remember when I met these guys.
Chucky sucks. Not a Chucky fan. Sorry.
Also, elsewhere in Texas, we have the Super Card of Honor. First Tony Khan produced Ring of Honor show. Jonathan Gresham and Bandito for the ROH Championship. I think Gresham might be signed, but I don't think Bandito is.
I'm going to say Gresham takes that. I feel like Gresham's got to be the ROH champion going forward.
Yeah,
he's the right guy.
We've talked about this. His touring with as the touring ROH champion has been great.
Yeah, I think he's the guy. I mean, Bandito's cool, but
it's
Gresham's moment.
Unless you're gonna really give Bandito the super push, it's like
there's no room. There's no. I mean, my thing is ROH now just going to be a feeder system for AEW? It's going to be interesting to see how this pay-per-view turns out. I think it's going to. I mean, I don't know. I think Tony Khan might be kind of stretching himself a little thin here. Could be. But I guess we'll see.
FTR against the Briscoes for the ROH tag team titles. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Apparently Warner Media wants nothing to do with the Briscoes.
Why?
They came out and they were like, no, I swear we like gays.
I saw they had a picture with a drag queen.
Good.
They're like, them boys with that girl.
If honestly,
I'm gonna Google. Right now. I just want to Google Briscoe brothers and see the images that come up.
If the Briscoe brothers fully immerse themselves in queer culture. If they pop up at Big Gay Brunch this weekend, then yeah, all is forgiven.
All right. I will say, okay, we're looking. I just Google image searched them. I see 5 Confederate flags in just the first few, in like the first 10 results. So yeah, not great for the Briscoes.
Yeah. Or maybe not all is forgiven.
Yeah.
We got Swerve Strickland against Alec Zane. Jay Lethal against Lee Moriarty. A match that could be happening on Dark.
Yeah, right.
Josh Woods, who's the pure champion, against Wheeler Yuta. I mean, Josh Woods has been doing some Dark stuff, so he might stick around. Deonna Purrazzo is the women's champion, but hasn't been announced for anything. And then the Hall
she's
of
an
Fame.
Impact, and that Impact has a show that night as well.
Okay. And then the Hall of Fame, Kerry Silken, the Briscoes, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, and Bryan Danielson all inducted.
That's cool. I wonder if that's like gonna, because Tony Khan was teasing a surprise for the end of the show. I wonder if it's Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That kind of makes sense.
I wonder how much they'll push it on Dynamite this week.
They should,
right?
But I don't know. I feel like they don't know. I feel
they
like
promote NWA Power, and
I feel like Tony Khan doesn't know what ROH is going to be yet. Maybe he's got an idea. Right now, that card to me sounds like if Dark had a super show.
Yeah.
Which is not that interesting to me.
Yeah. I mean, they had like Ninja Mac. They had a bunch of people that were supposed to be there. I guess Alex Zane was one of them, and he stayed. I don't know. I think you could do the for the hardcore fans, people that might not make a big splash if you debuted them on Impact on Dynamite, but have them show up here and it's like, oh wow, it's so and so. I don't know. Control your narrative is this weekend. Darren, what match are you most excited about?
I'm just excited for these fellas to, exercise their freedom. I'm standing for liberty. I'm standing for the flag. I'm standing for, all lives. It's going to be a very interesting show. I'm looking for, I think
Darren, this can be chopped out as the context. You could lose your job.
Where I work, it's fine. What we got? Adam.
We got EC3 and Titan against Big Damo and Eric Redbeard. Killer Cross against Vincent. Austin Aries against Weston Blake. Flip Gordon against Dirty Dango, who announced his retirement on Friday and then got totally usurped by Triple H, which is so funny.
I had to look up who Dirty Dango was, and I was like, oh, that's the name you chose.
Yeah, I think it works better than Fandango, maybe. Then we got the big collective shows. I'll run through these because there's so many matches. But
what are the big collective shows? Like what shows are we? Are they doing Spring Break?
Well, yeah, we got a lot of wrestling club members. Edith Surreal, Billy Dixon. We're going to be at Big Gay Brunch. Effie is wrestling Pimpinella Escarlata, the Lucha Exotico legend, which is great. And Alley Catch is facing Dirty Dango. But you could see wrestling club member Billy Starks at LA Fights versus JCW, which is sort of like what our show is. It's Jersey and LA. For the culture, Impact title, Tasha Steelz versus Big Swole. Trish Adora against MJ Jenkins. JTG against Rich Swann. Black Label Pro has some weird matches like Effie versus Charlie Haas and the Workhorsemen versus the Faces of Fear.
That's cool.
The World on Lucha. We got Psycho Clown and Dr. Wagner Jr. Johnny Caballero against Jack Cartwheel. Psychosis.
That's the best. I think that's the best version of his name.
Yeah. Psychosis and Tony Deppen. AR Fox and Ninja Mac and Hugo Savinovich will be there. Bloodsport, Darren's favorite show. John Moxley is facing Biff Busick. Manure Suzuki against Chris Dickinson, who's back from his injury. Speedball Mike Bailey versus Yu Uemura. John Hennigan against Simon Gotch. We'll see if he hits hard as he shoots hard.
Okay.
And then Spring Break, a bunch of matches haven't been announced, but we do know we'll have AJ Gray against John Moxley for the GCW title, Joey Janela versus X-Pac, Allie Katch against Mickey James, Wrestling Club member Effie against Minoru Suzuki.
That's amazing.
And a clusterfuck including Jimmy Wang Yang and Maven.
Cool.
Also a Dolph Ziggler, Ryan Nemeth comedy show. And the Raw After Mania, Veer Mahan debuts.
Great.
After months.
I bet you he's not going to debut.
Well, they've been teasing him as like a screaming man.
So he's going to debut as like quiet.
It's going to be like a turtle or something.
Cool. That'd be cool. The wrestling turtle. I like that.
Yeah. Gilbert was a wrestling turtle.
He was. You're right.
Any of these matches you're going to seek out?
I think so. You know, it's going to be tough. You know, I definitely want to watch Bloodsport. That's just, I love that show. The Lucha show sounds interesting. I mean, ROH, I think that's, you know, besides Mania Night 2, I think I'm most excited for the ROH show to see what they do. Because it is new and it's like, you know, the rebranding of the promotion. So that'll be interesting. But I don't know. I mean, even though like Minoru Suzuki and Effie, that's cool. But we've already had Minoru Suzuki WrestleMania weekend. Like I've seen it. And I feel like there's just this vibe that Mania weekend has jumped the shark a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because Mania is not what it was and the weekend's not what it was. Like I want a real Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want like
see all the old timers sitting in the crowd.
Yeah, that's what I want. And you know, this year it's not going to even be that. And then Access isn't there, and you know, NXT is just like a total just misfire in every way. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Mania weekend. I can't wait for Double or Nothing in 2 months. We get the Owen tournament and all this stuff. We haven't even talked to AEW, but you know, that's like a show I like. The other ones, you know, I don't know.
There's also, I didn't even mention WrestleCon. There's going to be a AAA show. There's going to be a Lone Star Shootout, whatever that is. USA versus the World. I don't know. I don't have the lineups for these. IPWF, the Impact Provincial Wrestling Federation, is going to do a show. And then we're going to have the Multiverse of Matches, which I kind of like that name. But it's going to have Vincent versus Chris Bay versus Rich Swann versus Willie Mack versus Jordan Grace versus Trey Miguel for the Ultimate X Impact Division title. Deonna Purrazzo is going to defend her Women's World title for ROH.
Well, that's right, and that's the same.
Or her Reina de Reinas title for AAA.
Interesting.
Jay White against Chris Sabin. Tomohiro Ishii against Eddie Edwards. The Briscoes versus the Good Brothers. Moose and PCO versus Josh Alexander and Jonah. And Alex Shelley versus Mike Bailey. Interesting matches.
I guess. That's the Impact show?
Yeah. Impact / Noah / New Japan / AAA.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like there's not really much of an indie scene anymore.
Well, because AEW.
Yeah.
It's like an AEW smartly just is like from day one, it's like we're not touching Mania weekend because everybody that piggybacks off WWE now looks like third string. I think it's, you know, where the indies used to be this hot thing and you would go, and I'm sure I would have fun if I went. But actually, I'm not sure if I'd have fun if I went. Like, Mania sounds like a slog. Could you imagine like having to pay? How much is a ticket to Mania right now?
Oh God, I don't know.
Probably not much, actually.
The Lone Star Shootout. It looks like it's going to have Minoru Suzuki against Ishii. No, okay. Chris Dickinson against Ishii. Jonah against Blake Christian. Bunch of the guys. Killer Cross against Minoru Suzuki. a bunch of multi
Killer Cross,
matches.
cool.
I got excited because the poster had Ishii and Suzuki, and it'd be like, oh, I'd go see that. But
no. Well, Mania week. We'll do a show. Saturday's going to be tough. Just because, maybe I won't be allowed back yet. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Stay tuned to our social media. We'll definitely do one Sunday though.
Yeah, we'll do one Sunday. My plan is to watch Mania, like both nights of Mania on Sunday. I don't even know if I'll watch it Sunday night because I have to prep my show. So, on Saturday night, I don't know if I'll watch. And then it'll feel like WrestleMania, right?
You'll be so tired. That's the thing. It's like they're like, we don't want to do a 7-hour show, so we're gonna do 2 5-hour shows.
Yeah, and I gotta watch both nights. I think about a casual fan. Mania is a thing that a casual fan will watch, and it's like, what? Now it's 2 nights. I'm gonna watch, but I'm just gonna watch one.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch the other one.
Why would
or maybe they think, they'll watch night 1. And it'll be such a great show. They'll be hooked and they'll watch night 2. And it's like,
why not make it a week? Why not make it a week-long thing? WrestleMania is now a week. And everybody can get a WrestleMania match.
Everybody, all of them from the top down.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a match this year? Who are you surprised on the roster that didn't get a match?
Goldberg doesn't have a match.
Oh yeah, right. Forgot Goldberg.
That's a shame.
I would. You know what I want at WrestleMania? I want Bret Hart and Goldberg, and only Bret Hart has a microphone.
Alexa Bliss doesn't have a match.
Is she still a wrestler?
Yeah, she's been in therapy.
Oh, I did see that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's a bunch of the New Day doesn't have a match.
Well, they're losers.
Xavier Woods just came back. It's just like either do it or don't. This watering down of it is just so annoying.
Agreed.
Well, Darren, you got your WFMU
maybe
show.
Maybe I'm still on the COVID. I'm still in COVID jail at FMU, but hopefully I'll be back this week, Saturday at midnight. If not, I'll be back sometime. So stay tuned. Check it out. I hope to come back. I got a lot of new music all queued up, ready to go. But WFMU is very careful and cautious when it comes to COVID, which is a good thing. We don't want anybody to get sick. We don't want anybody, one spreader event, and that's the end of WFMU. So totally understand, but I'll be back soon, hopefully. And yeah. Thanks to everybody who donated to the marathon. You can still donate to the marathon. You can still donate to WFMU. We did make our goal of $1.5 million. Yep, I did. I did not make my goal, which is because I said it wrong. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We made our goal. That's all that matters. So thank you for donating. You can still donate at WFMU.org. Get t-shirts.
You can listen to us in person on the air. First time we saw each other since the pandemic.
Yeah, that's true. And it'll probably be the last time for a while. Too.
Yeah.
We're set.
Yeah. If you're in LA, I'm putting on a show on April 23rd at Little Secret. It's a new venue. It's a Little Secret now. You can find out more at littlesecret_LA.
Where is it? Where's the Little Secret? Where is it?
It's in Hollywood somewhere.
Where?
Somewhere.
Is it behind that curtain?
Maybe.
I don't like it. I'm nervous.
And also, Darren, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a published author now. Published poet.
I saw your poem. It was inspired.
I wrote a book. It's me and Jerry Seinfeld and Ray Romano wrote this book together.
Okay.
And Margaret Cho.
My mother was so pleased. Nah, never mind.
Oh, she doesn't like which one?
You take your pick.
Like Birbiglia, Roy Wood Jr., Sasha Zameda, Kevin Smith, Janine Garofalo.
Is Jerry Seinfeld's poem about his 17-year-old girlfriend?
Let me see. It would be nice if it was.
You were so young when I saw you that day.
Yeah. Gosh. I don't know if we'll be able
Let's
to
not.
find
I'm not going to bury your book, pal.
I'm not going to bury
Buy
it
the
either.
book. Check it out. a poet. Is the poem? I did see your poem. It's not about breasts, which is a change of topic for you.
Oh yeah. Well, alter egos tend to write a bit more upsetting poems. Mine was just a honest slice of life.
You know what? And that's what we come to expect from you, Brett.
Yeah. And I'll be doing more shows this month. Little projects coming to fruition soon.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And check me. You know what? Check me out on last week's episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh, you made an appearance.
I did. I was part of a very important scene between our dear Teresa and her new beau Louie. Check it out. Last week's episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey.
You'll need to send me a link. I wouldn't know where to find that.
Me neither.
Yeah. Well, Darren, why don't you take us out?
All right, that'll do it for Wrestling Club. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to Steve D for the theme song, and shout outs to the fine folks at WFMU for all their help. You can follow Wrestling Club on social media. Check out the archive. We'll be back next week with a whole new show after WrestleMania with all our friends. It's going to be great. So until then, for Brett, I'm Darren. This has been Wrestling Club. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. It's over.
The Wrestling Club with Darren and Brett. We've got a show that you'll never forget.